10:02 p.m. right now. So I don't even know.
Mostly my fault.
I don't know.
Sorry.
If you guys can handle what I have in store tonight, but I mean, I can't. But I don't have to do anything but record it. So Corey's like, give me another beer.
I can't say no. I got Tangerine Express on the way.
Oh, so we're not endorsing the drinking of beer. That's probably not as healthy as playing ukulele, but
it is one thing that we like to partake in on the side.
Occasionally,
yeah. It's not an everyday thing.
Talk about that piece.
So that was Kanile'a was playing it the other day, and I was like,
that was one of our favorites, from Volpec, Smile Meditation.
You heard that piece?
Yeah, of course. Hey, do you guys think you could quickly just give the chords in it? You don't have to like teach the chords, but just show the chords. People can watch back and follow. I even got like close-ups of the melody as Corey was doing it. So like, if you guys want to try to piece it together.
Yeah, we can. So there's like two main sections of the song. After the little intro piece, when the whole band comes in, the main rhythm section is actually, well, we just kind of figured it out. So correct us if we're giving you the wrong chords or not.
Well,
but from what we found,
which works best with ukulele, right? Because we have guitar parts and bass parts in the back of our mind.
There's like keyboard parts, guitar parts, bass parts, like all this stuff is happening. So I mean,
there's like passing chords where you
passing chords. We're like, what is that? Is that like two chords, like kind of like passing each other, or is that a passing chord?
It's like it's all of that combined.
It's almost like two chords, like giving like a tag, like
and they're like, hey, this all works. We're just gonna go with it. They're like, yeah, it sounds good.
So the first part is kind of like a E flat major 7. That's what I'll just call it this, because I know you guys can easily find this in your chord charts. So an E flat major 7, and then we're gonna go to a D minor 7. So the most of like the whole section in the beginning goes between these two chords. So it goes 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, or you can count to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, all right. And then after repeating that section twice, it goes to an A flat major 7. And here to a G7. So that whole section goes. One more time, and then here comes the A flat major 7, 2, 3, 4, G7, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and now here's the second part. Second part is going to be switching between the E flat major 7 and the D minor 7 and the other chords, the A flat major 7 and G7, in a quicker timing, I guess you could say, fashion. So instead of spending 4 counts on each chord, you're going to be spending only 2 chords, or 2 counts. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, G7, 1, 2, 3, 4. E flat, 1, 2, D minor 7. Back to E flat, 1, 2, 3. A flat major 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. And back to the beginning. So that's pretty much the most of it. It's going to take a little bit of time to get used to the difference in timing when you're switching from chord to chords, from the first to the second part. But give yourself time, don't rush it, and enjoy, and try to play along.
Kanile'a always gives the best advice.
I try. I'm just thinking, what would I tell myself if I was,
just relax, have fun.
Yeah. Hitting, like, I had a hard time just hitting that.
Yeah, you think it's like really, really easy. I mean, technically it's easy, but musically it's not.
Oh, it sounds easy.
You have your internal metronome going, and if you like skip that beat, it just throws the whole song off. If you're like not keeping each, strum even, so it's kind of like. It's almost like you kind of have to think of yourself as playing like a robot in a way.
It's like the first hit doesn't have as much impact as the second before, and there's like a little bit of accents in between too.
Yeah, that's what I want to talk about.
So you're
like
accenting the second beat.
There's also like that little ghost note.
Yeah,
before
exactly. Try do that, Corey, again. Just
so
show that.
What I was trying to fit in and like do it, and not be noticeable was, that little.
Oh.
Do it in the way that you were doing it though.
And it's not even so.
It's almost like the way that a bass drum will kind of ghost the note the 16th right before it, a little. I mean, it's not ghosted. It's just not the heavy accent.
But then it's like the essence of funk is that ghost note, right?
Yeah.
Who was that female? Drummer. She was like,
that's the feel. That's the like. I don't know.
I remember you were showing me. She's like, oh, when you're playing drums, you have to have these fills, these ghost notes. That's what makes the funk sound, and that's a part of it. And like if you don't have it, it sounds too stale. It sounds too sterile, right? So.
It's interesting that you're doing that because like what I was doing ghost strums in between. So instead of just going, I was doing.
Yeah. So that's the unnoticed notes, the unnoticed feels of funk, and that's incredibly important in playing funk.
Yeah.
And
it's an interesting practice to like almost like strum all of the in-betweens, but then just choose the ones that you really want to hit.
But what's crazy is it's 100% feel. Like you have to feel that note. Like you have to feel
and it's
that
almost,
space.
I mean, sometimes it's not even like it's less than even a 16th. That boom, it's like it's just right on the tail of it. Like it's like a 30-second or something right before,
And a lot of hip hop. There's a lot of that in like really good underground hip hop type songs. The extra fill.
That's something that I don't know. I mean, like you guys could probably give it some thought and almost do like a breakdown course you sell at some point on like funk ukulele, because it's kind of an uncharted territory, but it's so fun. And I mean, it's like ukulele is such like a fun instrument, and funk is kind of like one of the most fun.
You can get funky with ukulele,
like genres of music like out there. It's
hell
it's all about having a good time. Well, I guess
and
mostly.
Like even with that, what you're doing, there's so much involved in keeping that rhythm.
Yeah, there's a lot of right hand technique
because you're doing percussion too at the same time.
I've always loved Kanile'a's style for all of that, like the funk rhythms and the percussive style. And
that's all comes from like watching Andy McKee, Antoine Dufour, Don Ross, all those fingerstyle guitar players.
I've watched a lot of YouTube and it didn't make me a lot better, but I suppose you have to just after that maybe try it for a million hours.
Andrew's sitting here. He's like, I don't know how to play music. I don't know what I'm doing. He's like, oh, but when Andrew plays, he picks up the bass, and you're like, oh,
all right, settle down. So we got in a few. Like every year, we get in just a small handful of ukes from Luis Fede Mesquita.
That sounds good.
Fede Mesquita. He's one of the most talented builders I've ever known, and he's kind of getting towards the end of his career in a way, I would say at the pinnacle, but there's only so many instruments left in this talented man, and it's a blessing every time we get any from him.
Guaranteed.
And they have such a sonic boom and projection and fullness.
It holds its own in the big custom ukulele realm. Lewis's his sound is different.
Yeah, it's funny. After I tried his, I was like, okay, when I go back to building, I'm gonna do lattice bracing, and that's kind of one of the things that ended up making that new Master Series Pono a lattice
Nice.
brace.
Yeah. Did he always do a lattice bracing?
He did, yeah. You know, I've never heard his guitars, but I've heard people tell me they're ridiculous.
I would imagine.
You know, I bet, yeah.
I can only
Just like Pepper's
imagine.
guitars.
Yeah, right?
Right?
It's just like,
the same caliber almost.
yeah. Because, yeah, these sound huge. So these two that you guys have, talk about them.
So, as you can see, it's definitely an LFDM with the way the body is shaped. There's a couple of signature features that you find on most of his custom tenors, especially the ones that we tend to get in our online store and once in a while in the storefront as well. This one features some Englemann Spruce on the top. You get a really nice, good projection, even sound, and clearer overtones with that type of wood. And the back and sides is fairly interesting because I don't really get to try out ukuleles that is made from a fairly common wood for furniture, such as Monkeypod. I've seen this type of wood, in growing up around the house, but mainly, as decorative pieces. But never really got to try one on an ukulele, and especially at this level. I mean, you're getting a full custom build from LFDM, and it's going to be a really full and rich tone. Side part, we got I got some western or yellow cedar for the neck up here, really nice and lightweight, and the binding, the fretboard, the bridge, and all of the darker accents on this ukulele is made from ebony. So really great ukulele, easy to play, sounds fantastic, and fun to be able to try these out every once in a while.
Fantastico. If that's a real expression.
Yeah, like most of our parks here, you'll find Monkeypod trees.
That's a common thing
They're
in Hawaii, right?
They're like the huge umbrellas that you guys see at the parks here. They give perfect shade.
Now I'm just gonna be looking at those like,
Yeah.
I wonder like how much ukuleles.
They're
Now
beautiful trees. They're also called rain trees because at night their leaves will wilt down, which lets the rain through and allows the vegetation underneath to get all of the rain
Nutrients.
coming down. Yeah, which I mean, it kind of just shows like kind of the
Trees are
genius of nature, working together, because like the tree also needs the the things underneath it to be flourishing, they all kind of share with each other the nitrogen and all that kind of stuff that I'm not going to try to sound smart about.
Well, I mean, you know more than
I mean,
any
that
of
stuff
us.
is important,
So
Yeah.
it's the same trees at Moanalo Garden, right? The big,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like
I
that.
think even like Kapiolani, Mililani has
Like those banyan trees, or are those monkey
A
pod?
little bit different.
Yeah. Well,
wow.
I mean, they're not banyan trees because they don't have, the roots coming down from all, but it's like the ones that look like huge umbrellas, and they get 100 plus feet, sometimes like
Yeah, I was-
150 feet high.
No disrespect to the species of monkeypod, but I was thinking big, large broccolis.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah.
That makes sense.
And so I used to do these tours with Japanese students from sometimes middle school students, high school, and college students. They would come over and we would tour them around. They would go to these popular places in Hawaii, mostly just in Honolulu, so like Diamond Head and like Waikiki Beach and whatever, any of the beaches. Moanalua Gardens was a big popular spot for them because I didn't realize this until like a few years in, but they would always reference the Hitachi tree, Hitachi brand, right? Like the air conditioner, whatever. They do a bunch of stuff. They're like, I want to go to the Hitachi tree. I'm like, what is it?
Oh, is that in the logo or something?
Yeah, like what does this have to do with the Hitachi tree?
Yeah.
And then
So
they're
what?
like, oh, look at this commercial. So there's this big, well-known commercial in Japan that Hitachi made, and there's a song involved with the Moana Gardens, that whole tree,
Wow.
the Monkeypod tree.
Yeah.
And I don't remember the song, but when they see that, they always want to visit that place, and it's Moana Gardens, and that's
In Japanese,
konoki nannoki. That means like, what tree is this? That's what it means in Japanese, and it's that the Hitachi tree is that Hitachi featured that. I don't remember exactly the context, but
If I was more ambitious with my editing, I'd put up a little clip of the commercial right now.
you should. I can show it right now. It's such a catchy tune. Every Japanese person knows it.
Oh yeah,
And-
let's hear it.
It's
Yeah, that's a Monkeypod.
and that's Moana Gardens.
You know, you guys are gonna have to play this now on the Monkeypod Youth.
I used to remember the lyrics of this song, and I can't remember it anymore.
All right, come on, let's hear it.
So
Little mashup.
something like that.
how's this last part?
What was that?
No, it's like just only leaving one note that's in the chord and sliding in the rest of it.
There you go. I like doing the half step.
Oh yeah.
Too fancy for me.
Oh sorry.
So, long story short, Hitachi tree. Yeah.
Long story short, Hitachi bid about 10 different Hawaiian songs, making their
Specifically,
little commercial.
Kaulu Veioke kai. So, yeah, konoki nannoki. What tree? This tree, what is it? Meaning, like,
What tree
in
is this?
Japanese.
What tree is this?
Is that what it is?
What child is this? Green sleeves?
Is that what it's referring to?
No.
Oh.
So these two
Sorry.
instruments are
I'm just like messing with you.
these are brothers. The only difference being the one Corey has birch binding versus ebony, and it's also got the Monkeypod. Let's,
Yeah.
So, sorry, that's just the tuners. So from the very popular Japanese,
It's from the Hitachi tree.
the Hitachi tree, the famous Moana Gardens Monkeypod species of acacia. What our storefront main desk is made of. Actually, this is Can I see your piece real quick? Oh, I mean, they're both
Both
beautiful.
nice.
I looked at it and I was like, is that acacia? And then I was like, oh, it's Monkeypod. Yeah.
Yeah, from far away, it looks exactly like acacia. Because that one has more like a coffee color to it.
Yours has like this really nice.
Well, I think this kind of color for Monkeypod is more common than that. I think.
With the sap.
Oh, that was the tuning keys.
Let's get individual sound samples.
Cool. Man.
I have another custom I want to put in your hands now. It's made by John Kinnard.
Ooh.
Pretty awesome, right?
Oh man, this is cool.
I was pretty impressed with this. I have been with the last few from him. He switched to an X bracing and
Nice.
just really opened up the sound.
This is gorgeous. Doesn't it sounds so totally different from all the other Kinnard tenors we've had. All right, so we have a very beautiful Kinnard custom tenor, and this one is a beauty. Not only does it look good and very classy and gorgeous, it sounds the way it looks. It's totally worth the price, and I almost feel like it's kind of underpriced. I got a peek at the how much it's going to be selling for, and the type of sound that you get from this is pretty incredible. We have some cedar, red cedar on the top, which is known for its really warm and deep, rich tones. And the back and sides is a wood that I've never really heard of until just recently. I think it's called Makore. And this wood is kind of comes from like a similar family of species as mahogany, but it's more of a harder or denser type of wood. This produces more projection. You get a little bit more tone out of this type of wood than your standard mahogany. Of course, mahogany is great. I'm a big fan of mahogany. I love Cuban mahogany, African mahogany. And this is something that has its own place within that group of awesome types of woods. Sounds great. And I love their custom Z headstock. This is really cool. I think it really makes it stand out even more. This is an option that they offer, if you want to put in a custom order or a special order for this type of headstock. And in the back, you can see we have some Goto UPT planetary tuners, something we all love here, and I'm sure a lot of you do too. And we have a little decal inlay strip that features ebony and the Makore as well, as you can see. And a little pearl dot inlaid here on the back of the neck. And satin finish, nice and smooth. Really nice build. Even this rosette, check this rosette out. We have both woods, ebony and Makore all together. And you can see a little bit of the purfling lines over here that separates and brings out the rosette a lot more. And slightly more details coming along the side. We have more purfling coming down here, as well as the side port. Love how this ukulele sounds. This would be something I'd purchase for myself if I was in the market for a brand new ukulele. So, check it out.
You had you'd mentioned satin finish, so I wanted to just make clear. So the body is gloss.
Yep. Gloss body, satin.
He does a really clean job because he does a separate finish for the neck and the body. So
yeah. Even the headstock
like,
looks nice, like with this satin finish with the ebony face.
Very clean, right?
Faceplate. Yeah. I like that.
Kinnards have always been super, like, Kanile'a clean, like that level of very great attention to detail.
Beautiful.
Yeah, let's hear it.
So with this ukulele right off of the bat, you get a nice, rich, fat sound. You can hear every single nuance. And it's not too, I guess, it doesn't lean towards one end of the tonal spectrum. It's not too bright or too deep. The G, even though this is a wound low G, does not overpower the other strings at all. Nice, even, warm, and deep sounding.
All right.
Yeah.
That's a sweetie.
It's a perfect ukulele for fingerstyle playing. Wow.
So I'm gonna put a uke in your hands, Corey. This one, it's such a sweet, gorgeous, silky uke that it slipped right off of my stand and took a spill. Yeah, it's gonna be severely discounted, but it's repaired and perfectly awesome and gorgeous. And right now, it's gonna appear in Corey's hands.
Oh, it is the uke I was thinking about. Okay. So, this is the KSR Super Tenor in premium wood. And this is the 17-inch Super Tenor. Kanile'a makes two versions of the Super Tenor. There's the standard 17-inch with the, what makes it the Super Tenor is the wider lower bout. They also make another version in the 19-inch scale length, which is about an inch shorter than a regular baritone. This is the 17-inch. What makes this one very special is the... I don't know if you can catch that on there. So there was a crack that occurred here from the spillage during photography, and Billy, one of our setup technicians, repaired it. Did a really good job. It's very smooth. You can't tell that it's there until you really look at the finish. That area is a little bit more glossed than other parts of the wood, but it doesn't look bad at all. You can hardly tell unless somebody points it out for you. So it's right here and doesn't compromise the sound at all. Still looks great. If you want to just get a quick sound of this instrument. So
All right, beautiful. So somebody's going to get a gorgeous uke at a much lower price, and
I think his name is Corey, and
I'll take the Kinnard. That thing's
right. The Kinnard is...
The Kinnard is super cool. I mean, I love how that ukulele sounds.
Yeah, I mean, this sounds like the classic Koa tenor, but just a little bit more. And then the look is just drool.
That's a gorgeous ukulele. I remember when I first laid eyes on it, I was like, "Oh, that looks like I just want to rub my face on it." Yeah, that ain't platinum. That's like, or premium. That's like a master grade.
Their silk finish costs the same as gloss because it's basically a gloss that then afterwards they're smoothing to that. It's not any less finish, but man, it feels like so silky.
Yeah, this is
Hence the name.
This is the softest wood I've felt besides my own.
So we just got in some new Rebels, and we want to try those, along with Rebel has some new fluorocarbon string sets, and there's 2 different lines that they're making from those, so we're going to compare those a little bit. So let's get into that. Lagerstromia is the back and sides. The neck is Marengo.
Marengo. I know it started with an M.
And the bindings and heel cap are Meledia.
So the back and sides, when I looked it up, it was I hope I'm not pronouncing it incorrectly. Crepe myrtle.
Right. So the back and sides are Lagostremia floribunda, also known as Thai crepe myrtle. Kind of a hardwood that has maybe myrtle type properties. It's even when Peng came and dropped him off, I'm like, what is this? He's like, oh, it's a Thai hardwood. I'm like, okay, that's not gonna work on the listing.
Yeah.
He's like, oh okay, I'll send to you.
Should ask him, how many Thai hardwoods are there?
I'd say it's just got a bunch of exotic woods.
It is quite exotic.
I like how they have the rosette raised like that. That's kind of a cool look.
This is kind of like
I didn't even
their
notice
own-
that.
yeah.
This whole time, I didn't even notice that. Wow.
that Marengo is either laminated or they painted the sides of the rosette. This is a 3D rosette, by the way. And it's like a mixture of mahogany and koa wood.
As
You
far
look
as
at
like
the-
what it looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of
Even-
does. Because mahogany has like wider pores. It's more porous than koa.
And like the coloring is, it's like Milo is in there too. That's really interesting. Their own mini cantilever fretboard.
It's not.
That's cool though. That's super cool.
The hanging fretboard. You know what's pretty interesting when you look at it? Doesn't it look like a sword blade?
It's like a
Like you hold it from here and then that's the blade.
it is like the edge of a blade or something.
That is sick.
And that the wood is inlaid at the edge of the fretboard. I'm pretty sure that could be the same Marengo wood.
No, actually, the rosette and the fretboard end are Siamese rosewood.
Oh.
Siamese rosewood.
Ooh.
Wow.
They're no joke with their limited series. Like, they just do like a run of stuff and then we just never see it again. You know, like really cool models, and this is part of those. So get them while you can. Let's take a listen. Oh, by the way, the only difference between these two is right now, the one Corey has the Excella string set from them. The one that Calais has the Shining, and that's both the low G fluorocarbon all plain. And the only other difference is that the one that Calais has black mother of pearl for the logo.
This one is regular mother of pearl.
Yeah, it's, I don't know why they would do that, like little differences. But
I like the look of the black mother of pearl, to be honest.
I do too.
I fancy it.
But both of them have really flaming back and sides, almost identically. Like
you won't even notice
curly.
the difference in the logo inlay because the wood is so inviting.
So what are you guys gonna play on these? That's what I want to know.
It has to be something epic because
Yeah, because the
meaning
whole
of
meaning.
Invictus, yeah, it's pretty.
Talk about the meaning.
So, it's Invictus is in Latin means unconquerable or undefeated.
Yeah.
And me personally, I've been defeated many times by myself.
I like how Calais said, "Yeah," like he's like fluent in Latin. He's like,
that's just
you're
me.
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, the thing is, like, we've all been defeated, but then have we been conquered?
Oh yeah, there's a big difference.
And not ultimately defeated, just mini defeated, right? It's like we've lost some battles, but we haven't lost the war. Something much bigger that you rise up and refuse to be taken down by.
I missed one punch.
Yeah. Too bad I don't have any more inspiration in me. No. But from there, like what was the inspiration beyond that?
Invictus was the name of a poem by William, forgot his name, but Nelson Mandela often recited that poem, and the whole thing behind that was just a reminder that through better look that up.
William Ernest Henry. Yeah.
That through hardships, that it takes perseverance and resilience to overcome struggles. Wow. I am not worthy for the title of this instrument.
That last chord.
That's gonna be the thumbnail, like close up on it.
Was that okay?
That was fun.
Okay.
Yeah, what was that?
That's
One of Clay's songs.
It's kind of a little. It's
Which song?
Mainly like a chord progression that I'm using as part of a new original piece.
Ooh.
No title yet. No telling when this song will actually be fully done, but it's one of many pieces that I've been working on over the last year or two. I have like 10 songs that's not finished.
I think you have more.
A lot of ideas, because every time like we record like a sound sample, I always get some kind of idea from one of the ukuleles that we recorded, and it inspires more and more, pieces. I just wish that, you could just finish it when you wanted to.
If you win a
Ukuleles, yeah.
Nahoku for it, you should get up and thank all the ukuleles for inspiring you.
That'd be like a long list. Just like, first off, I'd like to thank this ukulele.
I'm just gonna take a picture and then you can look at
this
what I have to say.
many, and then I'll name the names of the people. But yeah,
For all my people, you know who you are.
little movie score inspired song.
Yeah, man, that was dope. All right, let's get individual samples on Invictus. Sounds really good.
So good.
It's almost sounds like it's got this like built-in compression sustain. When you dig in, it kind of like
Yeah, you can hear it.
it doesn't like get harsh ever.
Mm-mm.
It just like stays right in the pocket.
Really nice and like full.
Yeah.
Yeah, super. You have the Shining on there or the XLA? I got the XLA. You get the.
I think I
Yeah.
have the shiny.
That's right. And we'll do like a quick little 1-2 with you guys after this, just to see what we can hear, because they're almost identical other than that.
Yeah, they're pretty much the same instrument.
That song, man. You haven't played that in a long time. The Sun or Sun?
The Sunbeams.
The Sunbeams.
Did you ever hear the original piece?
Years ago, but man, seems like it's been years since I've heard you play that.
I don't really play it because it's in.
Oh. What tuning is that?
I tune E to F, so is it G C F A?
GCFA.
So see if I can do it.
I have a bunch of other instruments here that I'm that have the same, well, not exactly the same two sets on, but like we have a number of different like concerts and tenors, both Rebels and others that have the new Rebel, either Excella or the Shining. I gotta say, they do some really nice, beautiful packaging.
Yeah.
Like their design.
Looks nice.
Like they have these little kind of like meter lines for the GCEA, and on like the low one.
It almost looks like
like
a CD cover in a way.
It's like a, yeah, they put a lot of thought into their designs, which is very nice. And their graphic design team is like super talented, super artistic. But what I was going to say is, you know what I'm going to do is like maybe tomorrow or the next day or whatever, we'll do a little video on and just do it for Rebel's new fluorocarbon strings, comparing them.
Yeah.
And
cool.
that way we can go home and
Yeah, sorry, I got carried away.
No. That was so epic. So the
I don't want to hear that
Sunbeams.
with reverb.
Oh, we might hear it with reverb. We never know. It's all up to the magic maker right there.
And that's kind of what makes that piece is the reverb, because when he plays it, it's just this incredible sustain.
I'll think about it. You know, you got to use that stuff tastefully here. You can't just be splattering
Yeah, you
it
can't
all over.
just
Can't
crank
be
the reverb.
swishing
right.
out magic and then expecting people to be like, you know, objective about this.
Man, you guys sound great and all, but I need more reverb.
We probably do, but
I got a fever, and the only prescription is more reverb.
all right, duly noted. Hey, thank you guys. We'll see you again soon, and we appreciate all of your kindness, like, you know, even with your comments and stuff. Like sometimes like I get on there and I read stuff and I'm like, oh, that's so nice, and then I just don't have time or don't take the time to just really like put it out there. But to everybody that comments, like, we really appreciate you, and thank you for the people that are clicking like too, and just any of you guys just watching. And if you share it with a friend or whatever, that'd be awesome. We're going to keep trying to come back and give you guys good, fun content. You learn a little bit about ukes. You won't learn much about science or anything like that, but, you know, it's like, it's possible to, like, we might have something here or there.
The science of sound.
Yeah.
How does
The
sound
joy.
make you feel?
Well, I always really enjoy you guys playing together. And
It's always good to be here.
you know what, too? We had lined up all of the Nui Nui travel guitars to do a comparison, but that could be its own video, too. Comparing a Nui Nui travel guitars.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be
And I
here
had
tomorrow.
all kinds of stuff, and then, you know, just this happened and that happened. But hopefully this isn't too short. It's got some real musical gems, I think. I don't know. I was enjoying it.
Yeah.
Let us
It was
know
fun.
what you guys think, and we'll see you guys next week.